Well, what do you see most in Illinois?
Well, funny you should ask. According to a recent article from WROK News Talk, the most searched topics in Illinois are burritos, deep dish pizza, Dennis Rodman, idiot, golf injury, Oasis the band, pizza, racist jokes, thin crust pizza, and the Workaholics TV show.
Ah, okay.
However, what do you think are the most seen paranormal things in Illinois? So let's get weird. I remember reading several weeks ago a similar article that said that people in Illinois, the weirdest thing that they search for on a regular basis is black helicopters, which means that people in Illinois are really paranoid about the government coming for them.
I really wonder where they're getting that from. Are they just like taking a casual walk and seeing some black helicopters above them and they're just searching up why?
Or maybe they've been listening to our most recent podcasts.
Yeah.
But in terms of, just kind of the word on the street, I mean, whenever I talk about our podcast or talk about the things we're searching for, it seems like for every mention of any kind of cryptid or UFO or anything like that, there are like 12 mentions of ghosts.
There's like so many ghost sightings around Illinois. Like there's like Rainbow Road, there's Bloods Point Road, Cuba Road. There's so many different ones.
And
Grove.
even more cemeteries too.
Oh yeah, that Resurrection Cemetery, Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, St. Pat's. And just talking to some of the listeners to our podcast, that every one of them comes to me with a ghost story. They're all saying, this ghost lives in my basement, this ghost lives in my attic, and we've even had invitations to come and investigate some of them. There was a big Native American population in this state, so a lot of buildings have been built on old Native American burial grounds. Ghosts, I think every state has its ghost stories. That's kind of universal. It seems like Illinois and Wisconsin may have a little more than most. The possible exception of the Northeast, where there's a little bit more history there, like New York and Massachusetts and Virginia. Those areas they've been settled longer, so there are a few more stories coming from there. But it's not the only thing we have in Illinois. If you were to search cryptids in Illinois, you would hear about the Lake Michigan sea serpent, which we haven't really talked about much, but that one's always been near and dear to my heart. I may have had a sighting when I was younger. Talk about the Big Muddy Monster, but the Big Muddy Monster is part of a bigger issue down in Cairo, Illinois. They call it Little Egypt down there. There, again, lots of ghost stories in that area, tons of them. Near the Cahoga Mounds, which may have been Indian burial mounds. All these things kind of keep coming back to the same old topics in Illinois.
Yeah. There's one that I could always be wrong with, but I feel like Illinois is the state of Dogman, along with the Muddy Monster.
See, I disagree, actually. I haven't heard of many sightings at all in Illinois. I've heard of more like Bigfoot and ghosts, but Illinois seems to be one of the dead spots to me for Dogman.
Well, there have been a few. I mean, we've been to basically every spot where Dogman was seen in Illinois, though. We've been to Elk Grove, we've been to, McHenry and Barrington and all those places.
Yeah, I have to keep in mind that there's, places outskirts, like outside of Illinois, like Bray Road. That's like a really big place.
As far as I remember, there's Elk Grove and there was McHenry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there were any in Barrington, at least as far as I know.
There was kind of a vague report in Barrington. It could have been Dogman, it could have been something else. There are also a lot of YouTube videos or YouTube podcasts that talk about sightings of Dogman in like Zion and southern Wisconsin, like up by Kenosha, places like that, which are right on the Illinois border. In terms of credible multiple witness reports, I think you're basically just talking about Elk Grove and McHenry. But again, Illinois, dogman sightings in Illinois, they're often, again, referred back to these Native American burial grounds. You know, are they guarding these tombs? Are they guarding the graveyards? Are they hellhounds? It's strange how we keep coming back to that.
Yeah.
And of course, the other thing worth mentioning is Mothman, because there was that huge cluster of sightings in the last 3 or 4 years, but before that, nobody really thought of Illinois as a Mothman place. So I guess the bottom line is we've got our fair share of cryptids and paranormal activity in Illinois, but most people want to talk about ghosts and black helicopters. So if you'd like to talk about ghosts, black helicopters, dogman, Mothman, the big muddy monster, the Great Lakes sea serpent, or anything else, by all means, leave us a comment. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing.